Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Today I am going to give you 9 major important tips on how we move our improvements towards our interpersonal skills. These are certain tips and advices from my side, but it is of course very important that you also need to follow these. Only then these tips would be helpful to you. The first tip is cultivate a positive outlook. It's very important, friends, to understand that today we are the person who is self-motivated, the person who is positive. There are a lot of people who are also connected to that person only. So there is a kind of people gravitate naturally to people who are positive, to people who are very optimistic and adventurous, because their personality trait is completely positive in terms of connecting to people. So additionally, we are more likely to respond to these people, or maybe interact with these people, because we are not scared of how they would respond, as we know they would respond really positively. There is nothing that we can think negative about these people, because they are real positive people within them. Teach yourself to be positive by reminding yourself that everything that you do is for good. So be happy about the job you do, be happy about the place you are in, or if you're not, get out of that place and go to a place or go to an environment which will make you happy. Do not keep nagging the entire day about what went wrong today. Rather than that, try and find out what went good today, or what was the best thing that you did today. Believe me, friends, when you actually start analyzing every night before sleeping, if you analyze that what best was there in the entire day that was amazing for me, you will have a bigger list than focusing on what went wrong. What happens with us is, normally when we think about the entire day schedule, there is something, the negativity leaves a lot of strong impact on our attitude and the entire remembrance or the memory. So many a times we actually forget what all good things we did, but we never forget what went wrong or what went really bad. So friends, keep that window open to understand that what went really good today, or what was the best thing happened to me today. I'm sure that once you open up that window, the other windows will shut automatically. And if you're stressed, suppose if you're stressed about your work issues, look for a positive situation and try to build up it again. Do not give up. Try to build it up again, and I'm sure this will help you to cultivate a positive outlook. So this was my first tip of the day to you. The second tip would be control your emotions. We keep on talking about emotional intelligence. Now, emotions are something that are not necessarily in our control all the time, but by understanding what we mean by emotional intelligence, we are very strong personalities, each one of us, that we have a lot of control over our emotions. We don't know how to do it, so by practicing it more and more often, it will be obvious and possible for us to control our emotions in any given point of time. Work is in the place of, where you can overly show your emotion. Workplace is a place of professionalism. No one encourages emotional outbreaks or emotional outcomes. Whether you're extremely irritated, severely depressed, or even if you're aesthetically happy. So it's not only negative, it's also your positive. So even if you're very happy, or you're very sad, or you're depressed, take a deep breath, set your tone of your voice. Where you are emotionally down, suppose if you're crying or you're in a cranky mood, relax yourself, take a break, go for a roundup, or do whatever you like, get back to your normal tone, and then only start working on again. Always express yourself in a calm and patient manner. Do not be an aggressive communicator. Please be an assertive communicator all the time, whether you have gone through a very bad emotional breakdown or you've gone to a fantastic day. Many a times it happens that you go out on a picnic and you're so high on the experience that 2 days you feel you get that hangover and you cannot get out of it. And when you go to the job, actually you stop working and you just talk about these stories, and they continue for 2 days. So I understand we are all excited, but we should help ourselves by controlling our emotions there and get on to work normally, because finally that's your professional place and not your emotional place to show your expressions. The third major tip exchange with you is acknowledge others' expertise. So whenever we are working in a work environment, or we work in a workplace where there are a lot of colleagues and a lot of other people involved with us together, What happens here is that there are a lot of people who expect certain appreciation from each individual. So something good done or something achieved has to be appreciated. That's one part of their ball game. But the other part is where there are some expertise which are inbuilt in a people. Now they are expecting someone to acknowledge it to them. So that acknowledging brings a lot, it boosts your morale in such a way that you feel very high about yourself and you start working in the right direction. So one of the best way to build trust, especially at work, is to let your coworker know that you appreciate his expertise. So ask for their help in the project. Let that person take the credit for helping you in the project. Let him understand that, oh my God, without him it was impossible. So encourage people to give feedbacks, encourage people to appreciate. We should appreciate ourselves, and please acknowledge others' expertise. The third tip of the day. Let's move to the fourth tip of the day, which is show a real interest in your colleague. So it shouldn't be artificial. Show a real interest in your colleague. You work side by side the entire day with your colleagues for 8 hours every day. It's only logical that you will learn something about their lives. So while working with each other in the work environment, or while working with your colleagues, you actually practically come to know that someone is going to get married, or someone is going to get a degree high, or someone is going to get promoted. So make it a point to getting to know what's important to your colleague. So if someone is getting married and if they feel that this is something that that I can go ahead and talk about her marriage, which will help her to feel better, I think we should do that. If the colleague is very close to you and he's spoken about certain promotion, I think we should help show interest in his promotion where we are really happy and not just pretending to be happy. What happens here, it solidifies your relationship forever. So not only with colleague, with every individual that you meet in life, with every individual that you interact, it is definitely possible that you can show some interest in their lives. So this was the fourth tip of the day to improve your interpersonal skills. Fifth tip would be find one good trait in every coworker. So try and understand what are the personality traits. So there are two types of personality traits. One trait is when we talk about negative traits, which certain people like to hear because they think that they can improve and they have a positive attitude towards it. And the other traits are positive traits or good traits, we would say, which as an individual that person would have inbuilt, and that's something that you could show it, or maybe that the person really doesn't recognize, and you can tell him that this is something that you really have good in you. We can't let personal preferences get in the way of peak performance. If a colleague's personality clashes completely with his own, with your own, the best way to handle the situation is finding at least one good trait about that person's, preferably something professional. So if you feel that you have some conflict with someone, but there are a lot of good personality traits that that person has, I think that is something where you need to identify. Just to give you an example, that I was seeing a movie some days back where I saw that there is a lady in the movie who is completely focusing on getting the throne of the queen. The way she interacts and reacts with the king, the way she just revolves around the situation, and the entire kingdom moves from the preference of that queen to her preference. So that was, of course, it's a very negative role in that movie, but it had a lot of positive traits. It had good traits. A person who can really turn the entire kingdom into her own preference is not something easy. So she had a lot of good personality traits. First of all, she was an amazing emotional intelligent person, where she knew how to control her emotional intelligence. So she was a completely positive person, that she did not give up on certain things after having a lot of issues and situations after she's gone through. Third thing, she was amazing personality in herself, where she portrayed to be very, very positive, and she could actually convey it very well. There are a lot of traits, so etc, etc. So these are certain good personality traits even a negative person would have. So why not let him know? Because what he's doing is he's trying to act in a negative manner with his good traits. So maybe if you are the person who would go and find out and tell that person that, oh, these are some very positive traits you have, why don't you put it or convert it into positive situations? You never know, that person might change his personality from negative to positive. So in a way, you will bring a definite greater impact to his complete enhancement of his personality. So friends, this was the fifth tips that I would want to give you. The sixth one would be, of course, practice active listening. We've done an entire chapter on active listening. We've done a lot of videos related to active listening. I think you must go and check certain videos on active listening. It will help you to understand a lot of pros and cons, and it will also help you to better active listener. So active listening not only helps you to come up to the right situation or be tuned with the speaker, but it also helps the speaker to feel really respected. So by showing him certain non-verbal clues, where like nodding of your head or whatever we've spoken all this before, but it will also help that person to understand that yes, my speaking or my communicating has brought some impact to the audience. And definitely he'll be able to recall all the conversations that we have more easily and more attractively afterwards. So friends, please practice your active listening and focus more on how to do the active listening even before you start communicating or even before you interpersonally communicate. The seventh tip that I would like to share with you is be assertive. So we have done what is assertive, aggressive, and passive communication. If you go to the verbal types of communication in my communication skills chapter, that will be an elaborated explanation of all these kinds of communication, out of which we have to definitely follow the assertive communication, because finally we want a win-win situation. Always remember, a person who has assertive communication and who follows assertive communication, he is the best negotiative person. He would have the best negotiation skills. So we will also have a chapter on negotiation skills to discuss more about it. But right now what we need to remember is we need to be assertive in any given point of time. Be confident in your ability and options, and don't be afraid of expressing your needs as well as your limits. Everything to do really straightforward, very well, in a very, very positive and assertive way. That's one thing that I feel that it's very important nowadays, because right now people are really running in a rat race to reach to their goals, and they're very, very frustrated. At this point of time, we definitely turn to aggressive attitude. But then I feel at some given point of time, when we start realizing that we are turning into an aggressive person, it's very important for us to understand how best can we assertive. And only a feeling or an awareness would help us change our entire attitude. So please, friends, practice assertive communication as well. Now, since again if we talk about assertive communication, the practice of empathy goes hand in hand, because at the end of the day, any assertive communicator would definitely be a very good empathetic person as well. So the eighth tip would be practice empathy. So again, all-rounder kind of a view by putting yourself into your other person's shoe. That's the only way how you can empathize with a person. Put yourself into that situation and try and see how that person would feel. Then you would understand how are you able to support and help that person. Until and unless we don't get into that situation, we will never ever be able to understand how we can help someone and what difference will it make to that person. So this will help you again to develop empathy for others, which in turn goes along with finding solutions that work, and all are involved in that. And of course it pays very well, as it also leads to long lasting relationships. The ninth tip from my side would be maintain your relationships. Now, since we've spoken about active listening, and then we spoke about assertiveness, and we spoke about empathy, of course what happens and what final conclusion comes out of all this is relationships. So the last and the best tip from my side would be maintain your relationships. Don't let out of the sight or out of the mind ruin your relationships you've carefully built for so many years. I always say, do not construct a building and then don't put your efforts to crush the building. So it's very important that if you've maintained certain relationship for so many years, a small misunderstanding also could ruin it. So please, friends, try to understand that we need to maintain relationships personally, professionally, at every given point of time. So even if you don't work in a customer service or sales or PR or interpersonal, even if you do not work in these kind of industries, please still understand that interpersonal skills form an integral part of your professional toolbox. For collaborating for any kind of project with any kind of people, what you really need to focus is on interpersonal skills, because at the end of the day, even if you're technically sound, if your projections are amazing, you have to put it up to other people. Without that, I don't think any project or any collaboration is complete. So to complete this kind of collaboration, it's very important, friends, to have amazing relationships and definitely maintenance of that relationships. Buying a gadget is one thing and maintaining it for a very long time is another thing. Buying something for first time is a short term investment that you do. Just take it off and buy it. What is the long term investment in that gadget is that maintaining it or servicing it for a lifetime. Like for an example, a car. You just buy the car, you go to a shop, maybe you pay cash or do some down payment and you get the car home. What you take back home is the maintenance of the car for so many years. So even a car, a gadget, has a long-term relationship with you, and we are definitely humans. So we need to understand that if a gadgets can have a long-term relationships, why not we? And gadgets definitely maintain it also for us. So, and for us to maintain them, we also do a lot of servicing for them. So get that attitude absorbed in yourselves. Be a better person whom people would rely to have the relationship with. Create a trust building, problem solving, decision maker kind of a personality, and I'm sure you'll be able to maintain your relationships very well. So I think these were all the tips from my side that I could share with you today. And I hope that the entire chapter brings you a lot of improvement in your interpersonal skills. Keep practicing is what I keep saying, because practice makes a man perfect. So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned to Ikeda. If you like our video, you can also press the bell icon. Thank you so much.